yesterday? I can picture the suitcase rolling down the stairs at the Greyhound bus station, heading directly towards Sven. It's a cold night in Pittsburgh, and I know you're not supposed to pull roly-poly suitcases down the stairs, so it gets away from me, both violent and magical. I see it in slow motion, bouncing down the stairs. I warn him, it's gonna hit you! He turns towards me. I see his boyish face and strong arms. He dodges the suitcase. It hits the last step and opens on impact. All of my belongings scatter on the floor. My little girl socks, my favorite yellow dress, a stuffed animal I stole from a child who was sleeping on the bus. Sven looks at me so intensely as he helps me gather my possessions. Then for the first time, I'm no longer invisible. I had no idea where I would sleep that night. He starts taking care of me. Not creepy. It's his nature. You're up high, watching over me, like an angel on overtime. Your words floated down the stairs like feathers on a mountain stream. For months, I thought English was his second language. But it's not. Later, I find out his mother was deaf, and he learned words wrong from her. On the bus ride to his house, Sven is deciding he will marry me, and eventually pass me his seed. Luckily, I couldn't read his mind. Otherwise, I would have jumped right out of that bus window. For a few years, I've worked in a coat check room of a very fancy theater. Occasionally, I steal fur coats. Nobody ever suspects me because I don't make a big impression. Eventually, one of the other employees starts to look guilty. I tell the pawn shop owners the same story. This is my mother's favorite possession. She was wearing it when she died. My mother never owned a fur coat, or died. But one day, in the coat check room, where I feel very tranquil and cozy, surrounded by warm layers and outer wraps, I see a picture of my younger brother Leo on TV. He'd been living on his own. They found his lifeless body in the middle of the street, on top of a heating vent. He was attracted by the steam, which left a layer on his face, making him look like a porcelain doll. John Doe, his name is Leo. I won't say. Doesn't make any difference to him. It would just make me more visible. I've been invisible for as long as I can remember. When I was little, I went to a Presbyterian church in wintertime. It was warm there, and they served donuts. I was a so-so child. I blended in and ate donuts. Mostly I slept through the sermons. But one day, my nap is interrupted by the sound of a woman sobbing. The week before, there was a terrible accident involving a school bus and a large truck. The minister is trying to comfort the congregation. They're angels now. The Lord had them alone and has taken them back to heaven. Sob even more. It didn't seem like a very nice thing to say. I sit there surrounded by parents, mourning their lost children. Started to imagine myself on that school bus. At first, my hands cling tightly to the pew. Then they loosen. I let go. I float up and up and up into the puffy clouds. The couple in the first row become my very own Presbyterian parents. I look down at them from my place in heaven. They're holding hands. Occasionally, she leans against him and whimpers. I imagine they're weeping for me. The very thought makes my head spin around and around and around, so that I almost fall off of my cloud. My mother wasn't born in a noiseless world. She was able to speak using perfectly respectable words until she was 15. Her parents worked in an automobile factory, assembling cars. Someday she snuck in, but once there's a huge explosion that sends car parts aloft. Her parents died, and her hearing went with them. Her language slowly evaporated. She was adopted by a family friend who quickly fell in love with her. Nearly 3 times her age, he was well-seasoned but fragile. And he died in her arms the first time they made love when she was 16. His heart stopped at the exact pinpoint in time as the passing of his seed, from which I was born. This taught me that sex can be deadly, if not performed with the purest intentions. And so, when I saw Sylvie standing at the top of the stairs, I knew that she would be mine to take care of. A hole the size of a swimming pool had finally been filled. At first, I couldn't stand the attention I got from Sven. I missed being left alone. His apartment is drab, but comfortable. At work, I'm surrounded by extravagance and interact with elegant people all of the time. Movie star-like women as they shed layers of fur and silk, only to reveal necks adorned with jewels. I am no stranger to the life of glamour. Sven isn't born-again Christian, but he does practice abstinence. So when he talks about wanting a family, I know he's ready for sex. One day, he's lying in bed with a terrible cold. He has a sinus infection and a high temperature. His ear canals are completely clogged, so he can't hear anything. He looks up at me from the bed, the same way he did at night at the bus station. Oh, Sylvie, I feel so many different things altogether. I feel connected to my mother in this silent world. I want to experience physical oneness with you.
the stars tonight and make an Eskimo in your igloo.
I'm also a virgin, but clearly much more knowledgeable in the art of love. If Sven is ready, I won't get in his way. Life is a collection of experiences, and Sven is part of my collection.
Everything is falling into place now for our physical union. I see our children at picnics. I see us kissing each other goodnight at the end of the day. I see a cat sleeping at the foot of the bed.
The next day, Sven gets up early and goes to the pound.
I have a surprise for you, my cherub.
He places a tiny bundle of fur in my hand. I've never held anything so soft. He looks up at me with little round eyes and says, "Meow." Sven. He looks like caramel, swirly and smooth. No. He looks like butter. I think we should call him Buttercup. There's a softness in my voice I've never heard before. Oh, Buttercup, you're so cute. I can sit for hours as he falls asleep in my lap. I start to make excuses so I can stay home. What's happening to me? Sven mustn't see. He's very jealous. When Buttercup and I are alone, we listen to talk radio. They discuss symptoms. I have decreased appetite, lack of interest in sex, and I sleep a lot. They call this depression and recommend that I seek further medical advice. I think of my naps as feline behavior. Before napping, it's not uncommon for Buttercup to do happy paws in my hair. For up to 23 minutes. Which is a very, very long time, according to What's Best for Pet, the show that's on every day between 2 and 2:30. I love my couch. Sun, so warm. Perfect for naps. Look at you, sitting on the couch next to the radio. It's my favorite show, too. Don't pat me on the head, I'm not a dog. The sun feels good. Let's take a nap. It's warm. Open the window. She lies down next to me. Her body is warm.
Go away, cat. I don't know you. I've never seen you before. No, you can't tune in, no. Well, maybe just for a little while if you promise not to bother me.
Smells different. Dark. No toys. Quiet.
No, don't you rub on my leg. You have to go.
I need my food dish. Sometimes, when Sven and I are having sex, I think about the radio show. I believe both Sven and Buttercup were weaned too early from their mother's breast. That's why, according to the show, Buttercup does happy paws for so long. And probably the reason Sven is so needy. I start to feel sorry for Sven. This feeling, it lasts nearly till the time he's done, but ends a little earlier. I've never asked him how long he was breastfed. Some things are better left in the past. Sometimes at night, he's a hunter. He attacks her under the blankets. She plays dead, like a mouse. He presses his weight. Why won't she scratch him? The bed starts to move. I dig in my claws and hold on. Again and again. I look over at the couch. So peaceful. He breathes hard, as if chased by a dog, and goes to sleep. I love spooning at night with Buttercup. I can only spoon towards Buttercup after Sven falls asleep. Because if I turn away too soon and he notices, a cloud of disappointment will form and hover just above our bed.
Morning, Angel. I didn't want to wake you. What if you were dreaming of our future family together?
He's called me his lucky angel ever since we've met. I've started to wear feminine wispy dresses that give the impression I might flutter away at any moment. It feels like an angel costume.
I fed Buttercup. He was meowing and standing over the food dish.
We shouldn't feed him on demand. That only encourages him to beg. I've learned to mask my adoration with indifference because I know Sven mustn't see the intensity of my love for Buttercup. If my love for Sven were an ice cube, Buttercup's would be a glacier. Sven, a single black ant. Buttercup, all of the darkness in a night sky without stars or a moon.
Would you like to go to the gym with me today? I'd like for you to witness my strength, my fit making to join your heavenly body.
It might rain later. I should stay home and bring in the laundry as it dries.
This is a very weak excuse.
You won't notice.
I won't be long, my nightlight. Should I shower at the gym? Or do you prefer my manly scent?
Best to shower at the gym. It's dangerous to walk in the cold air with the sweat.
You worry too much about your love gun. Goodbye. Mwah.
He trips over his own feet. He heads out the door. Buttercup, you're the most graceful creature on earth. You never trip or fall like Sven does. Buttercup drinks coyly from his water dish, as though Sven's departure is barely noticed. But as soon as that door closes, the meowing starts.
You have so much to talk about.
The conversation is endless. I open the window in the kitchen so that no scent of cooking will remain. I adore preparing and eating meals with Buttercup. He sits on top of the garbage can, purring and making lovey eyes as I prepare the sausage. I scoop a dollop of cream cheese onto my finger. He licks it off. Ow! And nibbles now and then. It's our favorite ritual. It helps to bring up fur balls. Did you hear the doves outside our window this morning? For my pillow, I pretended to sleep, but I listened to their cooing. Their language reminded me of us, full of tenderness and understanding. Buttercup, I'm a chatterbox. He starts to bathe on top of the garbage can. His hind leg shoots up straight in the air, very limber. Oh, Buttercup, you're an acrobat. He licks himself in his usual self-contained manner, his eyes closed. As I watch him bathe, I forget about the sausage burning on the stove. I don't leave the apartment very often, but when I do, I go to the local Sicilian butcher shop, Lampedusa. The younger brother, Tommaso, likes my frilliness and flirts with me.
Sylvia. Se come una farfallina tenera delicata. Mwah. Tommaso, he says you're like a small butterfly, tender and delicata. They give me extra sausage links on Tuesdays and Fridays when Mom is not there.
Sitting on a tall stool next to the glass display is Rinaldo, the Cocker Spaniel, who's gray with long hair. He greets everyone as they enter the store and then evaluates the order that they place at the counter. His intense gaze and expressive tail contrast with the rows of lifeless meats and cured pigs hanging from hooks in the ceiling. Sometimes when Sven works nights, I come down here and play cards with the brothers in the back near the Sub-Zero. Rinaldo will sit on a stool at the table or kneel in the corner, chewing on a piece of beef jerky in the shape of a cat.
Tommaso, he made that for you because he knows you are such a cat lover.
I also go to Bow Wow Meow. Everyone knows me there, the brands I buy, the cat toys I've purchased over the years. One day, I'm reading the ingredients of an unfamiliar cat treat. I know that if I hold it long enough, they'll give it to me for free. Sylvie, go on, take it. Oh no, Cindy, no, go on. Let us know if he likes it. Okay, thank you. There's a man I've never seen before standing in the cat food section. He looks guarded, generally uncomfortable. Oh, picks up, make me purr. Excuse me. That's a trendy new cat food with a cute name and great label, but check out the ingredients. Mostly starch and non-meat product. Definitely a furball irritant.
I don't have a cat.
You're planning a future adoption?
No, it's not like that, really.
You're house sitting. The owner's pet stopped eating. According to the radio, it's not at all uncommon for pets to have brief bouts of anorexia while their owners are away. Oh, you're not house sitting?
No, and I don't listen to the radio.
You're not going to eat that yourself, are you? As a nutritional supplement? Are you sick? You don't look sick. He's starting to look a little pale.
No, I'm not sick. I should go now.
Oh, I should go too. It's been nearly 49 minutes since Buttercup had his last cat treat. Oh, well, it's nice to meet you. Goodbye. Oh, on the way out, he knocks over a huge display of feline fancy. Cindy comes out. Don't worry, hon. It's okay. We leave the store at the same time. He walks quickly ahead. I run to catch up with him. I'm sorry if I made you nervous. It's just that my cat's really picky, so I know all the brands.
That's okay. Here I am. Bye.
He slips his key into the front door entrance, closing the glass door behind him, and looking out at me like an animal that thinks he's safe in his cage. Bye. Until I reach into my pocket, pull out my own key to open the front door. I live here too! I follow him up the stairs. He stops in front of the apartment right next to mine. We're neighbors.
Bye. See you later.
Bye. Let me know if you need any more tips about pets and animal behavior. I can't believe that. How long have I been sharing a wall with this man? We hear noises from upstairs, especially when she vacuums. Disrupts my radio reception. So I gave her a schedule. Now she doesn't vacuum during my shows. We hear Lonnie and Grace when they fight or watch football. But next door, nothing. Why is he so silent? What does he do all day? Does he Buttercup must notice I'm distracted. I knock 3 times on his door. I try to look casual. I can feel his eyes on me through the peephole. Oh God, it's her. Hello? Your name is Gregory Hyde, isn't it? Yes. I'm Sylvie. Some of your mail was put in my slot on accident. It won't fit under the door. Please open up. I'd like to talk to you.
I promised not to let your cat out. I don't have a cat. A dog? No. A wife? No. Then please let me in. I think it's the right thing to do. Really.
He opens the door partially. You do? Yes. I've been thinking about when we met. You were staring at that huge display of cat food. And I said to myself, this man is thoughtful and conscientious and not swayed by big brand recognition. That's true. He opens the door. The room is dimly lit. And I find Gregory Hyde strangely familiar. Everywhere. His computer glows in the dark. The radio says it's bad for your eyes to look at a computer in a poorly lit room. Are your eyes okay? Behind thick glasses, you can see he has green eyes. Sometimes I squint when I go outside. Your turtle is so well behaved. That's Thomas, my favorite pet. At full maturation, his shell would have been 1 inch thick. But he didn't live that long. So I brought him to an amphibian taxidermist. I'm sorry. He was always so adventurous. And trusting. Thanks for bringing the mail. You should probably go now. You never got a cat? No. It's a big responsibility having a cat. Emotionally, that is. There is a cat who comes to visit me. He likes to sit with me in the dark while I write. I don't mind. What do you write? Essays on aeronautical engineering. I just realized something. When I was little, we never had pets. But you remind me of an imaginary friend I used to have. I had a friend once, Sabrina. She said I wore a mask of mediocrity so that nobody would know. Would know what? I was a superhero. Did you love her? I guess I did love her. It's different with animals. Such a deep connection. You mean with your cat? Definitely. He is my soulmate. I didn't know that you could. Of course you can. Well, you had a special relationship with Thomas, didn't you? Yes, I did. Sometimes I see you out the window walking with a large, muscular man. You must feel very safe with him. was invisible before I met Sven. He likes to take care of me.
I see.
Gregory, why is this book all alone on the shelf? That was my dad's favorite book. When I was little, I used to memorize segments so that he would notice you? Yes, I guess so. It's called The Art of War. It's an ancient Chinese book on Taoist military strategies. That's interesting. You think my favorite book is interesting? Yes, I do. Could you recite something for me?
I don't see why not. In chapter 1 it says, all warfare is based on deception.
In order to attack, we must seem unable to attack.
When the enemy is far away, we must make him believe we are near. When the enemy is near, we must make him believe we are far away.
Gregory, I think I understand what you're trying to say. Chapter 4 says, the onrush of a conquering force is like the bursting of pent-up waters into a chasm 1,000 fathoms deep. Gosh, Sylvie, do you think you could read something to me? Okay. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night. And when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. I lunge towards him, pushing him back onto the bed. He struggles as I unbutton his shirt and continues spouting out quotes from The Art of War.
Rouse him and learn the principle of his activity or inactivity. Force him to reveal himself so as to discover his vulnerable spots.
Good nap. I want to visit my friend. He's not in his chair. He's on the bed with I need my food dish.
Well, Sylvie, I guess I surrendered, didn't I?
And I guess I declared victory, Gregory Hyde. Oh, how beautiful the light is coming. Buttercup! You know my friend. He's your friend? When does he visit? Sometimes at night, usually around 3. Oh God, after our show, when we take a nap. Buttercup, it's not what you think! Sylvie, your love clutch is back. Tommaso gave you some extra sausage links. Are you infiltrating the world of mafia, my love?
to rest while I make your breakfast in bed. Today will be the day of final impregnation. I'll start chopping the potatoes. Oh, God, he's always under my feet. Ah, now I've stuck myself, darn it.
Sven, you stepped on his tail.
Oh, gosh, there's blood everywhere. Oh, what a catastrophe. Oh,
I hope you didn't break a bone.
no, but it feels pretty darn deep. Oh, God.
I was talking about Buttercup. Buttercup, come here. Come here. Oh, come out from under the bed. You can't stay mad forever.
Do we have an extra roll of paper towels? I'm bleeding on the carpet, darn it. Oh, why today of all days? Maybe we should call 911.
Come here.
Devil. Oh, good boy. Your tail's okay.
Call 911. Somebody left this book in the laundry room the other day. It's about ancient Chinese military strategy. I thought this quote was rather interesting. The principle on which to base an army is to set one standard of courage, which all must reach.
Courage. Then it is with courage that I shall perform my sacred duty.
And I'll practice creative visualization that I've been learning on the radio. Deep breaths. First, I need to find my inner sanctuary.
Oh, Sylvie, you've always been my guiding light. Now this light shall pass to our offspring.
Where shall I go today? I'm walking on a velvety lime green bluff with a vast blue sea down below. Buttercup is at my side. The orange sunset is glowing.
I offer you all that I am, my genes and good intentions.
Buttercup and I are sitting at the edge of the cliff, gazing up at the violet rosy sky. We're completely at peace.
Looking into your face, I see bliss and connectedness for the first time as our souls rub together.
I open my eyes and look into Sven's, so full of love and devotion. For a moment, he's sitting with us at the edge of the cliff. The three of us, bathing in the glow of the red sunset.
I love you, Sylvie.
I love you, Sven. We hold hands until he flies off the cliff towards the sunset.
I accomplished my mission!
Sven is still now. We're both covered in fresh blood. Paw prints lead from the bed to the couch, where Buttercup licks and licks and licks. Buttercup, you and I are finally alone. day later, someone knocks on the door. Signorina, sono preoccupato. Tutto bene? You're okay? I have prosciutto crudo for Buttercup. Tommaso, are you alone? Dio mio, Sylvia, Sven è morto. Chiamo mio fratello, Salvatore. Sven è morto. Vieni qua, subito. Salvatore, sei solo? Sì, sì. Salvatore comes in with a bucket, a mop, and 2 large suitcases. Sylvia, put up the radio as loud as she can be. She'll vacuum upstairs in 14 minutes. Perfetto! You go outside. Facciamo tutto. Before I go, I open the window, because I know Buttercup won't like the noise. He's been aloof and sleeping more ever since the incident. Out in the hall, I can hear the vacuum upstairs and the radio in our apartment. Hi, Sylvie. Gregory, hide. You scared me. Are you and Sven doing some remodeling? I hear power tools. I see you got kitty tricks. What's his favorite? I know. I thought I should offer him something during his visits. Gregory, I need to talk to you. It's extremely important. I'll come over in exactly an hour. Okay. I wait in the hallway until it's quiet. The brothers open the door. I get a strong whiff of cleaner as they quickly roll the suitcases past me. Standing in front of Gregory's door, a suitcase in one hand and Buttercup's cat carrier in the other. He opens the door. I see Buttercup sitting on top of a shelf. His little head is bobbing up and down as he tries to clean the blood that is dried between his claws. Sylvie, what's going on? Gregory? Do you love? Do I love? Buttercup? He's a friend and a companion to me. I love Buttercup. Inside this suitcase are all of the cat toys I've ever given him. His favorites are the catnip stuffed mice with little bells and feathers that are attached to a string. This is his cat carrier. It's full of both moist and dry cat food and an assortment of special treats. He's extremely fond of the moist tuna chews that are shaped like fish and come in foil packets. I have prescriptions from over the years, of course, the name and number of his vet, Sylvie. What's going on? Gregory, I'm becoming invisible again. And I don't know how long it'll last. I'm here for you, Sylvie, when you're ready. Goodbye, Gregory. Buttercup has stopped bathing. lovey eyes at me.